A very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Hear that? That's the sound of you creating your own destiny. While others are waiting in line for brunch, you're spending Saturday in the garage. Because you went to AdvanceAutoParts.com, ordered a platinum battery with a 3-year replacement warranty, and picked it up in-store just 30 minutes later. Now, installing a battery isn't an all-day job, but what the brunch crowd doesn't know won't hurt it. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back on the road. Visit AdvanceAutoParts.com to learn more.
He's a pioneer and the voice for XTV East Coast. He's the XTV Hall of Famer. And now, Justin Turkey Legs brings his famous voice to the podcast world. This is Justin's podcast.
We rolling, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm out here, right here, in my domain. We out here at the park, ladies and gentlemen. It's live. This is Justin's podcast. And without further ado, my illustrious guest, my very special guest, the legendary Hall of Famer, somebody who actually is in the Hall of Famer. Not that line-ass intro that I got, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting with none other than Big Ten. Wow! What's going on, man?
Shit, that. You know how it is, that. Just living this big time lifestyle, you know what I mean? Big Ten everything. Wow.
Oh man, Big Ten money, man. This, man, I'm happy. I'm happy to have you, because you know, you was the first one. It was
Real shit, dog. Now I'm talking about number one.
I really just want to just let you take the flow, man. I mean, I just want you to tell us about, you know, when it all started out. You know, because I mean, you know, your mother have such fascinating stories. And, you know, she brings you up a whole lot. But, you know, I'm interested in knowing, you know, from your perspective, what it was like to be, you know, that young prodigy, the first ever side. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just insane.
It wasn't insane to me, dog. You know what I'm talking about? It was just real life. You know what I'm talking about? That was real life for me. That was just how it was. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? It was me. King Kong, Michelle, you know what I mean? And we was just legit, you know what I mean? Just running around. Till my baby wasn't even born yet. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to just get into all kind of shit, because my mom used to always be going, you know what I'm talking about? My mom used to always be out there wrestling and shit. Time to time, city to city, state to state. You know what I'm talking about? Getting down here and there. Wrestling. That's how she bring home the money, you know what I'm talking about? So we stayed, like, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't make big money and shit, though, you know what I'm talking about? We was real poor. So, you know what I mean? We stayed down, you know what I'm saying, in Robles and shit. My daddy, out there slinging dope, you know what I'm saying? Pimping and shit. Doing all kind of shit, you know what I mean? Bringing hoes to the house, you know what I mean? Motherfucking, just... I mean, anything you can think of, dog. Anything that a young child ain't supposed to see, dog, I seen. You know what I mean? Whether it was motherfucking hoes, you know what I'm saying, butt naked in my motherfucking living room, getting motherfucking beat up, getting fucking coked up, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck, dog. Shit went down up in my place, dog. And we stayed around that shit, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted to come to the 10 house, you know what I'm saying? But when they ain't called it the 10 house back then, but you know what I'm saying? I'm calling it that now. Wow. So anyway, but they wanted to be around A-Man and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He had his niggas, all these bitches. House was always full of motherfuckers, dog. But it wasn't like that when my mama was there, you know what I'm saying? Mama just bust in out of town, like, what the fuck going on up in this motherfucker? Who all these motherfuckers in my house, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get a pistol. One time, mama got a motherfucking pistol, start shooting and shit. Back. Talking about motherfuckers running everywhere. Front door, back door, bitches climbing out the window. Motherfuckers up in the room and shit, fucking and shit. Mama come up in that motherfucker. Oh shit. Mama shot one motherfucker in the foot, died. Bah! Caught that motherfucker in the foot. They ain't do shit either because he was trespassing, you know what I'm saying? Say he ain't got no business up in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Mama ain't give a fuck, died. So anyway, shit like fucking I get with my daddy and shit. Beat his ass, you know what I'm saying? My daddy, he wasn't no punk. He ain't finna hit no lady, but my daddy was tough, you know what I'm saying? He'll just take them licks. She'll beat his ass and shit, you know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, you right, Loretta, you right. You right. You know what I mean? Then they just look over at me, wanking at me and shit. Say, wah. The nigga, silly ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? I love my daddy. You know what I mean? He taught me a whole lot. He taught me how to be strong, taught me how to be a man, taught me how to hustle. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? I was just like, to everybody else, I was a little badass nigga, because, you know what I'm saying? That ain't typical. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I seen and the shit that I was around, that shit ain't typical. So naturally, that made me a little badass jit. And I had a chip on my shoulder. You know what I mean? Like I said, I used to hang around with Michelle and shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and Cheryl around about the same age and shit right now. So, she was about to find this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. But she was about to find this one around, you know what I'm saying? Like around the whole fucking neighborhood. Bad, you know what I'm saying? Little young whippersnapper, you know what I'm saying? So out of, you know what I'm saying, all the little young girls, like she was probably about to find this one, you know what I'm saying? She had a little cash and shit, you know what I mean? She know how to get it. Always had the fly shit, you know what I mean, for that time period and shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then I had that charisma and shit, you know what I mean? I was just a nigga that everybody wanted to be around, you know what I mean? Like I said, so that's how they did that shit, you know what I'm saying? And we was just up in the dope hole all day, you know what I mean? Long come and go. Long story short, my daddy got his ass black. Some shit caught up with his ass in the streets, you know what I'm saying, that I ain't really know about. You know what I mean? Because a whole lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, I ain't know whether my daddy was home or not, you know what I'm saying? So many motherfuckers in and out the house, dog. Shit was what it was. You know what I mean? I'd be in the motherfucking room playing Nintendo or some shit. You know what I mean? Just playing that shit. Or doing some shit, whatever like that. Be outside, you know what I'm saying? Fucking off. It just was what it was. You know what I mean? I ate when I ate. You know what I mean? Took a shower when I took a shower. It was what it was. Sometimes I ain't take no shower. Sometimes I ain't eat. You know what I mean? But that's just what that was. You know what I mean? That's the lifestyle of a little young nigga in the projects in the 80s, my nigga. You know what I mean? Motherfucking, I don't know whether the nigga was on dope or not. You know what I'm saying? I know he was selling the shit, but some foul shit went down. Niggas in the hood, you know what I'm saying? I guess I ain't like I'm a dad who was moving and shaking and shit. But acid though, drive by, took his life. You know what I mean? Right there in front of the crib, dog. I came home, I just see my daddy dead. Motherfucking ambulances around and shit. Motherfucking like ambulances. You know what I mean? Baby was just a little girl around this time. They holding Michelle over there and shit, crying. You know what I mean? My mama ain't know about it. My mama's, you know what I'm saying, she was probably like in Atlanta or some shit. You know what I mean? Out of town around the time. So, they iced him. So when my mom find out, you know what I'm saying, she got to be strong as shit. She was strong through the whole thing too, dog. Ain't shed no tear. I ain't see her shed no tear. You know what I mean? She was just strong for us. And she built us up. You know what I mean? Nurtured us and shit. And, you know, for the first time in my life, you know what I'm saying, I had my mama, you know what I'm saying, around on a more consistent basis. Now, talk about. So, with that being said, you know, I started to be honed in different things, you know what I'm saying? So she got me involved into wrestling and shit, you know what I'm saying? Me and King Kong, she got us both involved in wrestling, you know what I'm saying? All us little kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all, you know, kind of gravitated together, you know what I'm saying? We flocked together. Right? So, so push kind of shove. She put my little badass in a little league and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I do pretty well for myself, dog. You know what I mean? She had hooked me up with this nigga named Dean. And Dean, you know what I'm saying, kind of took me under his wing, you know what I'm saying? Because she saying they ain't had no father figure in my life. So how that went down was, you know what I'm saying, he just had me, you know what I'm saying, train and shit. I was very athletic as a child, you know what I'm saying? I was very athletic. I was very, you know, very quick, very nimble, you know what I'm saying? I just did everything very well. And I picked up on shit fast. You could teach me anything. You could be like, I do this, all right, I do that shit. It's nothing. It's the 10, you know what I mean? Wow. Anyways, dog, push kind of shove. Motherfucking fighting these little league joints, you know what I'm saying? They like, alright, you know what I'm saying? He alright, but that nigga look, he too little. That nigga too small, dog. You know You know what I mean? He ain't gonna get no work here. You know what I'm saying?
How old you was around this time?
Little nigga, dog. I'm talking about like probably like 9 years old, dog. For real, dog. Not even in the double digits yet. Little nigga. That's how the shit went down back then. Shit was like low key, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I understand.
Shit, that sound absurd, but anyways. So the way the shit went down was they put me to work as like a little jobber, you know what I'm saying? I job for these niggas, job for this nigga, job for that nigga. You know what I mean? And that was just my role, you know what I'm saying? Get paid my little $50 here, $50 there, but that ain't shit. Cause you know what I'm saying, like once I got put on, you know what I'm saying, official, you know what I'm saying, I had to pay for my own motherfucking way, to get around and shit, dog. That shit was crazy, dog. So like, certain people like Kamala, you know what I'm saying, I used to ride with him, you know what I'm saying. Kamala took me up under his wing, and you know what I'm saying, he was like, nah, you too young to be, you know what I'm saying, out here, you know what I'm saying, and like by yourself. So I used to ride around from time to time with Kamala, you know what I mean. He had him over beat up car, you know what I mean, shit like that. He was going through, all kind of shit with his life too at the time. You know what I mean. So but he took me under his wing, and that's how I got around from city to city, you know what I'm saying, because Kamala used to get me around, and you know what I'm saying, he'll let me keep, like, you know what I'm saying, some of my money, and you know what I'm saying, he taught me to save and shit. So I used to just save my money, you know what I'm saying, stash. I always used to think in my mind, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have a big boy car like my daddy, like I'm gonna live like my daddy used to live, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't gonna be out in these streets, I ain't gonna have to kill niggas, I just put these niggas ass in the rain, you know what I'm saying, cause shit used to make me mad, you know what I'm saying, I used to be throwing like little temper tantrums and shit, you know what I'm saying, and starting picking little fights in school, dog, with the other little kids around me, you know what I'm saying, look real little badass nigga, dog, like, I ain't give a fuck, man, you know what I'm saying, especially like once my daddy died, you know what I mean.
And your daddy died at what point?
My dad died when I was like 6 years old, bro. 6 years old, bro. You know what I mean? Real young. But but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 9 years old. I'm doing these little jobs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was a tall nigga for my age, you know what I'm saying? And I'm able to do all this shit. I was kind of tall for a 9-year-old. You know what I mean? Like I say, shit, I'm big now, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm like, you a little nigga to me, you know what I'm saying? And you fat, you know what I'm saying? But I'm big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. So, I used to move around, do little shit, you know what I'm saying? See, the thing about it was, the type of job guy was, I used to actually, like, you know what I'm saying, get my little moves out there, like, bow, like, you know what I'm saying, swinging DDT. I used to always do that move, because that was my favorite, you know what I'm saying, that was my favorite move. That's the Big Ten right there. You know what I'm saying? I used to always practice that shit on my fucking different people. I try to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was, kind of cool. I started doing that shit way before the rap. Fuck the rap. So anyways, doing swinging DDTs and shit, get my little shit off, you know what I'm saying? The crowd always be like, oh, damn, that was tight, you know what I'm saying? They be like, like, oohing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I always get my ass beat, though, for the 1, 2, 3 kid. I mean, for the 1, 2, 3. I said for the 1, 2, 3 kid. That shit funny. Anyways, that. Let me think. So yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? Moving around time to time, moving and shaking like that. You know what I'm saying? Then I got injured. You know what I'm saying? I had hurt my wrist. You know what I'm saying? A little minor little injury. You know what I'm saying? But they, they ain't want me to, you know what I'm saying? Like, since I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? They like, take it kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? I came back home, and then it wasn't too long after that. You know what I'm saying, to where they came up with this other league. It was this different WWF. You know what I'm saying? It was like a completely different WWF. Like, there was a ripoff of the real one. You know what I'm saying? Kamala was there with me, Macho Man, you know what I'm saying, King Kong, and just like, you know what I'm saying, all the WWF guys, you know what I'm saying, Jake the Snake Roberts, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So that's how we used to get down, you know what I'm saying? And I became like a main eventer in that league. You know what I mean? And niggas from the hood, you know what I'm saying, would like come to these events. You know what I'm saying? They would just be like held in the hood. It was WWF. And they'll hold these little events and shit. Everybody come out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to see my match. Amen. Running that shit, dog. Everybody like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, I ain't gonna lie, dog, you know what I'm saying? I was a brash legit. I started feeling myself, you know what I'm saying? So the crowd started to boo me, you know what I'm saying? Because when I first started that shit, I was a baby face. But you know what I'm saying? I started hitting on motherfuckers like, fuck this shit, nigga. I'm too motherfucking good. I'm better than all these niggas, because I was. I was beating niggas left and right. Back, back, back. Saying shit, nigga. You know, I'm a man, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fuck with a little young athletic nigga from the hood? Shit. So I was tearing shit up. And I became real brash. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't humble at all. And I started talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, one thing that used to stand out to me was my voice. I used to talk like this. I had like a little, like, hey man. I get on motherfucking mic like this. Tonight, hey man, it's gonna beat your ass. And I just use little cuss words and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's what was bad back then. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, this little kid he saying cuss words and shit. You know what I'm saying? On his promos, dog. Who you think he did? Who you think he is, dog? So, you know what I'm saying? I dominated pretty much as, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood bully, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, all throughout Robles. Like, you know what I'm saying? For years and years, I dominated that shit. So then, push kind of shove, dog. Motherfucker. Oh yeah. And then I fought King Kong. That's who I had fought. Me and King Kong had got into it. You know what I'm saying? Cause he got tired of me treating everybody like that. So, you know, he like, hey man, you know, you can't be treating people all bad like this, you know what I'm saying? You think you a big shot, you know what I'm saying? These are the same people that's behind you, that's supporting you, you know what I'm saying? You talking down to us, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, who you think he's supposed to be? Want to be you or want to be me, dog? You know what I'm saying? You always gonna be up under me, you know what I'm saying? You small time, you know what I mean? and you know what I'm saying? This was my homie, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew us as dogs and shit. So, push kind of shove, dog. You know what I mean? We fought, and you know what I'm saying, the crowd all into this shit. A-Man versus King Kong, you know what I'm saying? The best friends going at it, shit going down, you know what I'm saying? This shit like fucking sold the fuck out. You know what I mean? My mama wasn't there. But anyways, the shit sold the fuck out. And it was like crazy ass situation, crazy ass match, climactic and shit. And I won that shit. I ain't gonna say I beat his ass, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a great ass match. It was back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he had, you know, he got all the way, like, he did his best, you know what I'm saying? Like, he tried, but at the last minute, you know what I'm saying? I rolled the nigga up and I put my foot on the ropes. I put both of my feet on the ropes, and, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like saying, you know what I'm saying, pointing to the referee, hey man, he got his foot on the rope, dog. You know what I'm saying? But the referee was all out of position and shit. Some new rookie ass nigga, I heard they jumped his ass. So I pinned King Kong down there, about to fucking ride in that motherfucker, dog. It took like a motherfucking hour for me to get out the ring, dog. Security coming all down and shit, people throwing shit at the ring. Motherfucking security coming down to the ring and shit. They trying to announce to the people, hey man, y'all stop throwing shit toward the ring. You know what I'm saying? Fucking lights went out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they just like found a way to navigate me through the crowd. You know what I mean? Because the shit just got all crazy, dog. People started rushing towards the ring. So they turned the lights back on, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Once I had got up out of there, but shit was crazy. So, you know, they ain't had no choice but to crown me as the champion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like the champion, you know what I'm saying? I was the WWF champion, you know what I'm saying? Nobody could beat me, you know? And that's how that went down. But later down the line, you know what I'm saying, Anthony came around. And Anthony, you know what I'm saying, he was like he was better than me, doc. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he was better than me. He did everything better than me. You know what I'm saying? He came out, and if I could do a slam dunk, he can do a more fancy slam dunk. You know what I mean? You know, whatever I did, he just did like way better than me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, and so that's how our beef had started. You know what I'm saying? Because I started to become jealous of him. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get some water. Get that cold water. Yeah, but I became jealous of Lil, you know what I'm saying? Cause he like, he just outdid me, you know what I'm saying? He was far more superior, you know what I'm saying? And I started to feel like, damn, this nigga, you know what I'm saying, he gonna take my little spotlight, you know what I'm saying? And around this time, I'm much older than this little nigga. He like, probably like a little 4-year-old out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, finna be a fucking teenager. I'm like the biggest one out of everybody and shit. And he like outshining me and shit. You getting outshined by a 4-year-old. The shit was frustrating, dog. Pissing me the fuck off, like who this little nigga think he is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Doing moves off the top rope and shit that they ain't never seen. You know what I'm saying? Just all kind of shit, dog. Impressing these people, dog. You know what I'm saying? This nigga changing the game. Like, who the hell you think he is? So, we used to always, you know what I'm saying, get into it. You know what I'm saying? We used to always get into these fights. You know what I'm saying? And he used to always win. The nigga beat me for the championship. And he just made it seem like, damn, hey man, ain't shit. Damn, hey man, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Once I was just this high, you know what I'm saying, high regarded motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, kicking ass, taking names, pushing the envelope, and all of a sudden, this little one, dog, just come out of nowhere and just start taking my spotlight. Becoming friends with King Kong. He took my girl, Michelle, you know what I'm saying? She started liking him even more. Even baby had turned on me, dog. She cried away from my little ass, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, baby, come back. You know what I'm saying? She just laughed at me with a little laugh. Kit. She think it's funny. So, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? I played my role, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fought the system and fought the system and fought the system. But at the end of the day, I realized it was something that I can't beat. You know what I mean? That's one thing that my mama had taught me. She was just like, dog, you gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to like find yourself. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the end all be all. It's more to life than just wrestling. You know what I mean? So you gotta branch out and do other things. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? Let's see.
My name is Scott McGrath. The day before my 8th birthday, I fell in a pile of fire ants and suffered significant wounds on over 70% of my body. Since that day, I have made a solemn vow to kill every insect on planet Earth. I hate them with the passion of a religious zealot. Speaking of religion, of all the biblical plagues, I hate the locust plague the most. For the last 12 years, my white-hot rage has materialized in the form of my business, McGrath Pest Control. I have harnessed this unforgivable intolerance of insects and released the wrath of my fury on bugs in and around the homes of Houston. I will kill those bugs in any way that I can. Chemicals, my boot, my bare fist, or any other object that can end the life of an insect. Call 281-469-8240 and give me the honor of killing bugs at your house. I also hate rats and spiders. Go to McGrathPestControl.com.
White people.
1 out of every 4 batteries will fail this winter. Don't be left stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and have your battery tested free. If you need a replacement, we'll help you choose the right Superstart battery for your needs.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
But one thing about him, though, you know what I'm saying? One thing about ABW, he ain't never delete me from history, you know what I'm saying? He kept me there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, see, he ain't put himself, you know what I'm saying, as the man, like, for some reason or another. Even though he was the man, you know what I'm saying, that shit kind of faded out. You know what I mean? And then, like, everybody was just like, okay, you know, let's do something different. I don't know what the fuck the creative idea was, but, you know what I'm saying, it stopped being about that shit. You know, it's probably like when they had got the Hillbilly Jim and the Roddy Piper toy. That might be the beginning of that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I used to call the matches, you know what I'm saying? At first it was ABW and King Kong, because they, like I say, they was dogs, you know what I'm saying? That was his boy. And somehow them niggas used to sound different on the mic, you know what I'm saying? They sound exactly the same, but exactly different. So I don't know what the fuck. And then, you know what I'm saying, I guess he stopped remembering. Pardon me, dog. I hate that fucking phone. But anyways, he started, you know, he just started forgetting how to, like, make a motherfucker, make King Kong sound like, you know, sound different. So that's when he had put me on the mic, you know what I'm saying? And I was just the bad announcer, you know what I mean? Shit crazy. Hang up, bitch. Anyways, yeah. I was just the bad guy announcer, you know what I'm saying? Just announcing all the different matches with him.
So yeah, I guess at this point now we into the WWF phase, and I mean, what's your memories of that?
I mean, that shit was cool, dog. You know what I'm saying? The scene at first, like, you know, it like I wasn't gonna work out as an announcer. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, damn, that nigga actually good. You know what I'm saying? And I kept on doing that shit. I kept on doing that shit throughout the years. You know what I mean? Did that shit for a long ass time, calling all the matches being the bad guy, because that's something that, you know what I'm saying, that I had that King Kong couldn't offer. You know what I'm saying? Because he was still a good guy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, they rolled with me. King Kong kind of faded out the scene. That nigga almost got killed off, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Until, like, you know, because he went through a little identity crisis, you know what I'm saying? And we had made up shit, you know what I'm saying? We made up, you know what I mean? Like, me and King Kong, like, hey, dog, bygones be bygones, you know what I'm saying? We was little ones then, you know what I'm saying? We older now, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dog. So, shit just got squashed, you know what I'm saying? Over time, you know what I'm saying? Time heals all wounds. And so, you know what I'm saying? You know, even to this day, me and King straight, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how 90 feel about him, you know what I'm saying? But as far as me, you know what I'm saying, I let that be what it was, dog. You know what I mean? And so yeah, dog. You know, I mean, that's pretty much one too many highlights, you know what I'm saying? They did me like Mr. Perfect, you know what I'm saying? I was just announcing that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? I did like about 2 or 3 seasons of just announcing. Then one night, dog, the infamous story everybody talk about, for no apparent reason, you know what I'm saying? They had this fucking battle royal. I'm talking about, dog, this the night that changed everything, bro. When they put that strap on me, dog, when they made me get up from the announce table, you know what I'm saying, and be the mystery motherfucker that come out to the ring. I mean, cause you gotta understand, dog, at this time point, like, anytime somebody knew was finna come out, the shit was on the hush. Like, and it was always hard to kayfabe some shit, bro. Cause, you know what I'm saying, if you don't went to the motherfucking store that day and you got you a new toy, nigga, we know Big Van Vader coming. You know what I'm saying? We know Big Daddy Cool Diesel coming. We know Bishop coming. You know what I'm saying? But that's what was crazy as fuck about this, dog. Ain't nobody see this one coming, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bishop thrown over the top. Oh shit, Bishop ain't winning? Red Ninja. Oh shit, they ain't giving it to the young nigga? Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the big wigs gone. Like, damn, like, who gonna win this? You know it's gonna be a name. I get my ass up. They play my music. They play the Jerry the King Lawler music, dog. Amen. Amen. That shit was terrible. I hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it fit me because you know what I'm saying, I was a heel announcer, so that's why they did that. Anyways, I got my ass up, dog. Went up in that bitch, and they was still just like, all right, big deal. Then I started throwing motherfuckers over the motherfucker, dog. The match continuing and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's still like a significant amount of motherfuckers still to be eliminated. But it got down to the fucking nitty gritty, and I'm still in this motherfucker, dog.
And I think that's when I said, because, you know, this is probably about around 95 or 96. And, you know, that's when that Shawn Michaels tape was out. And they had that scene from Royal Rumble. And I was like, we down to the final 4, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not talking about basketball.
Yeah, you said that shit a bunch of times throughout the years, dog. But anyways, it went down, my nigga. I threw that last motherfucker over the top rope. And then I was the SIDE champion, bro. They had a championship belt for my little Big Bird self, and then they had took a shoebox, and they had just bought some brand new shoes, and they broke down the shoebox and cut off the sides, and that was the SIDE strap. That was the first SIDE title. I think they wrote SIDE on that motherfucker, or they probably just let that bitch plain, because it was kind of in the shape of a belt, you know what I'm saying, of a championship belt, the way that shoebox was. You know what I mean? So yeah, I carried that shit proudly, dog. You know what I mean? And the thing about it was that was the last night that, you know, all those toys got played with, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, all them niggas got eliminated. They literally got eliminated because it was all about the Jakks Pacific toys now. And they had me standing next to them motherfuckers, dog, as Big Bird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the only old toy that can, you know what I'm saying, go in there. And then, of course, eventually, you know what I'm saying, they got rid of the whole thing. Like, me and they ass. And wasn't no toys, period. You know what I'm saying? But that was the point of giving me the big strap, you know what I'm saying? The shoebox title. You know what I'm saying? I carried that shit around as the heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? And like, I treated that shit like a fucking shoot. You know what I mean? Probably even little Alex had seen me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it, you know, he knew who A-Man was and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the big star. Like, they was giving me the big push. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when WWF had changed into SIDE, and it became all about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now we switched over from the toys to the video game. You know what I mean? And then that's when it went down, man. My whole career started right there, bro. Man, that's crazy. So we in like 95, 96. The NWO angle is going on in WCW, and then, you know, we got this back and forth Monday Night War thing going on. So that had to have some sort of influence on the decision making, by you know, making you the champion. It was a struggle at first, dog. They didn't know whether to make, you know what I'm saying, am I Shawn Michaels or am I Hollywood Hogan niggas? You know what I'm saying? This week they want me to do this. This week they want me to do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, nigga, it's inconsistency in my character. Y'all finna kill my shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't gonna need much work. You know what I mean? Like, pick one or the other. You know what I'm saying? We talk about apples and oranges here. But, you know what I'm saying? I found a way to make the shit work out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I just had to go out there and be myself, you know what I'm saying? I had to put some of myself in that shit, and, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be like at the top of the shows, they'll cut the promo, you know what I'm saying? But before you get into that part, I just want to, you know, kind of point out the dynamic, you know, the mind behind taking, you know, Yosi, you know, or Baby at the time, King Kong, yourself, Johnny Polo, and all you guys, and just making y'all the A-Man Nation. Yeah, dog, it was a fake ass NWO type of motherfucking Nation and Domination. We was all that shit, dog. DX, we was everything. We was everything that was on TV at the time. You know what I mean? That's why our group was so fucking deep. We was deep as a motherfucker. Alfred, motherfucking Mike. You know what I'm saying? Boosie. You know what I mean? Flamingo, Galen, GAP, FUP, nigga, the list goes motherfucking on, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We was deep, nigga. We had sis on our motherfucking squad. You know what I'm saying? So it had split up, and it was like the A-Man Nation on my side, and then it was the A-Man Nation on their side. So, you know what I'm saying? They had the Flamingo Nation, but it was still just the extension of the A-Man Nation. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was, big dog. So, you know what I mean? And that's what I was talking, you know, I was kind of alluding to that earlier, you know what I'm saying? That's how King Kong, he had found himself again. King Kong had been off the map, dog. You know what I'm saying? They might have brought him back for a little while, but I doubt it as an announcer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really that shit, dog. But I know that he had to fell off. And he ain't know what the fuck to do, you know what I'm saying, until he had got that fucking position as, you know, and playing that role, you know what I'm saying, in SIDE, dog. You know what I'm saying? He used to play as Razor Ramon. That's why you always see him with the draws and shit, you know what I'm saying, with that kind of hair. Because he used to be Razor Ramon and shit. And that was different, you know what I mean? They used to pick me as either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? Baby would get picked as like 1, 2, 3 Kid. You know what I'm saying? And then no. She was Luna Vachon, matter of fact. Johnny Polo was 1, 2, 3 Kid. They was the Outlaws. They was running that shit. So I was the heavyweight champion. The Outlaws had the tag team belts. King Kong had the Intercontinental belt. You know what I'm saying? JP probably had the hardcore belt. You know what I'm saying? The A-Man Nation used to just run a fucking muck out. You know, and we was fucking entertaining. And then we'll break, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their part. So we'll come out there in the beginning and shit. And I'll talk my shit. Because everybody got a beef. be on the motherfucking microphone like, that motherfucking white thing, that punk ass motherfucker, think he gonna take my championship? Nigga, I'm the motherfucking nigga that run this shit. I made SIDE happen, dog. You know what I'm saying? This shit wouldn't be shit with Amen. And without Amen, motherfuckers stop booing and shit. They ain't like me and shit. They ain't liking me talk about how I started the company, how I'm the man. I used to go out there and shoot, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted me to do some wrestling shit, and I was gonna do it. But then I get on the microphone and something take over my ass. I just start talking shit for real, dog. You know what I'm saying? And made that shit a shoot. So, you know what I mean? We go out there, you know, I go against White Fame, motherfucking many people. All kind of shit. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then Baby get on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? She do her little shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit got over, dog. She had got her shit from the Headbangers, because the Headbangers used to come out. They had came out one time. They did an angle with the fucking New Age Outlaws, and like they was making fun of their little spill, and they was like row 71, seat 17. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, Baby, I have to do this shit for you, but you know, Road Dogg had his little thing. You know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You know what I'm saying? And she just had did her little remix, and so like, but she get that shit from the Headbangers. They did that shit one time, and Yosi took it and made it her own. You know what I'm saying? And even like her intro, but you know what I'm saying? She got to get the gab anyways. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of what put her on. You know what I'm saying? Being like the one that be most heavily on the stick, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Out of that tag team, even though JP can talk too. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga he used to do his thing, but everybody played their role, you know what I mean? JP would be like the light heavyweight champion and the hardcore champion, you know what I'm saying? Or Yosi had a light heavyweight championship and the women's championship, you know what I'm saying? And I think even JP got up to the IC title one time. Baby might even had that bitch one time. I ain't too sure. I think she had shocked the world and got the IC championship. She didn't get the world championship though. That shit was unheard of. But she still ain't got that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised by that shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if a female actually had got the world championship, you know what I mean? Think about that shit. Because there was one point in time where, like, you know what I'm saying, women used to fight men. That's a good point. I never did think about Yosi as the heavyweight champion. Yeah, dog, that's one to grow on. But yeah, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? That was our shit, dog, the Amen Nation. You know what I'm saying? We was tight-knit, my niggas. Shit, Amen, Flamingo, GABFUP, Too Hot. Talking about running shit, dog. We was deep as a motherfucker. We should just do badass shit, you know what I'm saying? Smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? Used to be fucking hoes, going to the strip club, you know what I'm saying? Tearing shit up, you know what I'm saying? Getting in fights, picking fights, whatever the fuck, my nigga.
What you think about the new Amen Nation, you know what I'm saying, and how they is?
Shit, dog, them niggas funny as fuck, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Them some, you know, it's like they're a little parody of us, you know what I'm saying? Cute little niggas, you know what I'm saying? Little young motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I laugh about it, but you know what I'm saying? They little niggas to me, you know what I mean?
I don't mean to break away from what we got going on, but you know, I was listening to a shoot recently that involved the Moonsault Kid. I don't know if you heard about this, but you know, he was you know, he had some unkind words to say about you, and you know, he was talking about how, you know, you tried, you know, this was later on down the line, you know, and I guess you invited him to be a part of the Big Ten Nation, you know what I'm saying, and you had changed his attire up, you know what I'm saying, and he was pissed off about that, you know what I'm saying, like he was calling you like a MF and all this. I mean, what's your thoughts on Moonsault Kid? I think he even challenged you. He wanted to see you at XTV Mania.
God, the Moonsault Kid, dog, that's a little nigga, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like he smiled, dog, you know what I'm saying? When I had changed his little clothes up and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I put on him, but I made something. I made it look like something, you know what I'm saying? And he wore that shit for several motherfucking months. You know what I'm saying? So fuck the little nigga as far as I'm concerned. I tried to help the little bitch. You know what I'm saying? As far as a match, I mean, I slap his ass around, but I feel like XTV Mania ain't even the place for that. You ain't even on my level, Lil one. You know what I'm talking about? You small, dog. I'm big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what me and 90 did to, you know what I'm saying, Lil Walter and Wells, you know what I'm saying? Like, and them niggas good, dog. Like, that's how I see Moonstar. Like, you good, Jit. You real good. You probably, you know what I'm saying, one of the best out of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But you don't fuck with the 10. You don't fuck with 90. You know what I'm saying? That's what these little niggas got to learn, dog. A whole lot of these little niggas got a whole lot of mouth, dog. You know what I'm saying? But me and 90 bowed out gracefully. You know what I'm saying? But if they have to go down, I whip a little nigga ass.
Well, I understand that 90's supposed to be going up against Flamindo, you know, the new Flamindo.
That's cool, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's a good part of the card. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, like, if I'm going to be that, I'm going to have to fight, you know what I'm saying, a big name, dog. It's going to have to be somebody bigger than that little nigga. Not no Moonsault kid. You know what I'm saying? You going to talk shit to the 10 after I was trying to help you, little bitch ass? Fuck you.
All right. So that's that.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Motel 6's new improved website lets you book a room and save more for what you travel for faster than ever. Even faster than you can find your keys, which you swore were right on the little hooky thing by the garage door where they always are, and we can land a robot on a comet, but we can't keep keys from disappearing. Oh, here they are. Left them in my jacket. Don't you hate that? I'm Tom Bodette for the new improved Motel6.com, and we'll leave the light on for you.
I recommend you get out of my face now.
Listen here, little.
I said get out of my face now.
Listen, you
don't want to get out of my face. Huh?
Oh, hold on, baby girl.
What's the matter?
Here, Beth, take this Snicker.
Why?
Because you be acting when you hungry. Better?
Better.
You're not you when you're hungry. Satisfied with a Snickers. Well, you know, your career progressed, and you know, it was more. It was more to come in SIDE. One of the things that happened in SIDE was, you know, because like you said, you fought all these, you know, great main eventers, and one of the main eventers that you wrestled was Lance Duloc. You know, here's a guy who was, you know, extraordinarily gifted. You know, we saw how talented he was during his formative years as a PPW star. You know, and well, we didn't originally see that, but we saw it later, and that's what, you know, gave us the idea to give him the push to that main event stature.
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I wasn't mad at SIDE for what they did, dog. You know what I'm saying? They put 10 on. I was the motherfucking face of that motherfucker, and that's all what I used to say. You see, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood Hogan was, you know what I'm saying, NWO this, NWO that, and that was all on motherfucking every bit of merchandise and shit, and everything and everywhere. That's how the 10 was for SIDE, bro. That's how the A-Man Nation was. When you thought A-Man Nation, you thought SIDE, and vice versa. Know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? When it came down to me, you know what I'm saying, doing a favor for Lance, dog, that is what it was. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted a change. See what I'm saying? They wanted to change a pace. And Big Ten Money, you know what I'm saying, I had been running that shit, you know what I'm saying, for so many motherfucking years that they wanted to see if they can, you know what I'm saying, if it was possible to create a star from the bottom and, you know what I'm saying, give him that rise to the top. That nigga got pushed real quick though, but he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? That was the new era of SIDE. That was cool, bro. Stay with me. But you know, was that a shoot that you had? You know, that you suffered an injury? Nah, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, I just needed to take time off anyways, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't like a injury. It was just wear and tear, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, like, that's all that was. You know what I mean? Them niggas, dog, they just used to have me doing so much shit, dog, you know what I mean? And that's what it was, you know what I mean? But that shit take a toll on your body. So I just needed a time to, you know what I'm saying, step out. Which, you know, in hindsight, dog, I tell you one thing. When I came back, I mean, it was cool for what it was, but SIDE was a different place, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit was, Lance was, you know what I'm saying, he was the man. He was the man, you know what I'm saying, that was running that place. they put that title on him. But the problem was, I feel like they got kind of stuck in a rut. You know, I mean, the SIDE championship wasn't really held by that many people, dog. The people that I fought, those was the people that was at the top. I'm putting it to you like this. And you know, I even go as far as to say I was the best champion out of all them niggas. Nigga, ain't nobody carried a championship the way Big Ten Money did, dog. And when you look at it, ain't none of them niggas still around. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know I was the first nigga, but that shit ain't make none of them other niggas. Sis, you know what I'm saying? Grayling, motherfucking White Fang, many people, Lance Dulot. You know what I'm saying? I might be leaving out some people. You know what I'm saying? But that's like the gist of who was fighting in motherfucking in the main events.
You mentioned The Rock earlier on. You got any beef with The Rock?
Nah, man, ain't no real beef, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, The Rock, you know, he just used to think he was the shit, you know what I'm saying? He used to think he was all that. He used to think he can just come to SIDE and shit, you know what I'm saying, and, like, just shit on us niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, dawg, you finna learn today, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And this during the time where, you know what I'm saying, when Lance was the champion, you know what I'm saying, and I had then came back. So I had wrestled up against The Rock. This is one of the best matches I ever had, dog. That's probably one of my most favorite matches. Me and The Rock went back and motherfucking forth, dog. We had this pay-per-view, and I'm on the undercard, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they did it. They made me a mid-card, dog. Hold on. Which I ain't complaining about that shit. It's an experiment that worked, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't an undercard. I was a later match, but you know what I'm saying? I still won the main event, but I feel like I proved that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't need the championship to prove that I can have the best match on the card. And man, Rock did that shit, dog. There's this one spot in that match where The Rock was over the guardrail. I threw that nigga over the guardrail, dog. And the fucking house was like so fucking... This is one of them arenas that I'm talking about, like, it's just a sea of fucking fans. It looked like a fucking mosh pit surrounding the ring. That's how the shit looked at this pay-per-view. And the fucking guardrail was real close to the ring. So when I threw the nigga over the guardrail, I go inside and I jumped over the top rope, over the guardrail into that sea of fans. That shit was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just motherfucking went crazy for that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? And like that's when I started to like make my style a little bit more extreme. I used to just like do that type of shit, because when I was wrestling on top and when I was fighting as a main eventer, you know what I'm saying, it was always that like kind of Hollywood Hogan kind of style, you know what I'm saying, like that just slow wrestling ass style, you know what I mean? But once I got on that undercard, I started to be able to show, you know, in the ring what I can really do, dog. And then, you know what I'm saying, they was becoming impressed. And like I said, SIDE started to change, dog. That's when they started to get into that motherfucking that's when they got into that fucking ECW type of phase, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I was the perfect fit for that shit, you know what I'm saying? I was ready, dog. I was ready for the change. I was ready to, you know, for the new opponents and everything. SIDE was always trying to change and look different and be unique. And it was cool for the time, man. You know what I'm saying? All the way to the end, my nigga.
Need auto parts? Shop O'Reilly Auto Parts. With convenient locations nationwide and well-trained professional parts people, you can count on O'Reilly to help you get back on the road fast.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey bros, Brian Milman here again. Another week, the New Millennium Podcast, and you'll never guess who I have on this week. The A-Man Nation, not the New Nation, not the NWN, but the original members, Johnny Polo, King Kong, A-Man, and Yosi are all in the house talking about the old days, talking about how they came up and how the whole thing was formed in the first place. There's great stories, there's a whole lot of laughs, of course, and it's going to be this month, I should say, on my podcast, the New Millennium Podcast, so make sure that you hit the play button and check it out.
Brian Milman's New Millennium Podcast on Shots Radio.
I want to go back a little bit because, you know, you was talking about some pretty spectacular things. You know, I remember some grand moments where, you know, you was a part of, you know, some major pay-per-views during the time period where, you know, they went from just, you know, the 2D scale to the 3D scale. I mean, you know, some of those great pay-per-views, Hell in Vegas and other things like that. But one particular night I remember is Beach Blast, and you wrestled that night up against Bret Hart. It was this great program that was you know, set up between both of y'all. Just tell me your thoughts about that, and you know, and the story behind it all.
Well, that shit was crazy, dog. I don't even remember why the fuck we was fighting. But I had real beef with Bret Hart though. And you know what it was you know, that was the last feud. And see, they just booked that shit wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because that was like the last feud that went down before they had switched over to the new summer season, you know what I'm saying? See, what they should have did was just let the new summer season just be that, brand new. They shouldn't have no old beef spilling over. You know what I'm saying? They should have closed it off with a pay-per-view. But instead, you know what I'm saying, they promoted something over here on this side, and then they set it up for Beach Blast, you know what I mean? And then that shit, it wasn't as big as what it should have been now. You know what I'm saying? Because they had me as the fucking Egyptian conniption. I ain't no motherfucking Egyptian conniption. You know what I'm saying? Had me in yellow pants, some baggy ass pants, this ugly ass, throwed ass haircut. And they probably had Bret Hart as fucking, I want to say they had him as Lance. You know what I'm saying? Because he did the sharpshooter. So that shit was tough, dog. I think they had reset the match a couple times just to extend it because the shit had ended too quick. Like, nah, pretend that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, it was at the outside arena and shit. They was happy about that. They wanted it to feel like it was really at the beach. You know what I'm saying? This shit was the first ever Beach Blast. It was the first ever pay-per-view on Power Move Pro Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Our brand new look, our brand new style and shit. And we were still getting used to that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It was mediocre. I mean, the best match on the card that night was fucking Spyro versus damn El Temblor, dog. You know what I'm saying? We watched because they had a program going on with each other. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Spyro was up one and Temblor, nah. Both of them niggas was they kept on fighting and having these crazy ass matches, and then they was ending in draws. You know what I'm saying? And it was like them niggas was always having the best match on the card. You know what I mean? And that's why they got rid of Power Move, because it's like that motherfucking shit, like the matches just wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? It's like the only ones on this fucking card that's having good matches is El Temblor and fucking Spyro. You know what I'm saying? You other niggas ain't really y'all straight, but y'all ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? And the ones who was decent is the ones who got picked. They ain't picked no fucking Egyptian conniption. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, I ain't trying to knock that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hell nah, that shit ain't work out, dog. I don't even think Egyptian Connection was a nigga who even got a shot in fucking SIDE. You know what I mean? Certain people did, though. The Commandant, he did. The Commandant, yeah, that. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a chance. He doing damn backflips and monkey shit all around the damn ring. But yeah, that me and Bret Hart, nah, that's left a sour taste in my mouth.
You talked about, well, we didn't talk about it yet, but I was wondering about, you know, your thing with Lucky. You know, Lucky, your little brother, and you know, I mean, what was Lucky supposed to be originally?
Just that, dog, little breasts. You know what I mean? That nigga, he suffered from, you know what I'm saying, being in my shadow. You know what I mean? Because of how big that I became. So, you know, he got something to live up to, I guess, you know what I'm saying, in his mind. You know what I mean? And he got his little Two-Wayne clan or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas weird if you ask me. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, he gonna grow up to be a man, and he gonna do what he do, you know what I'm saying, do what he see fit. You know what I'm saying? He is what he is, dog. You know what I'm saying? I wish him the best. That's my little brother. But I mean, with the whole
with the whole, he shot you thing. I mean, what was that?
Dog, the nigga, dog, that shit, that little nigga, he wasn't big enough to be able to pull that off. They just needed a fat nigga to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they was trying to make some Tupac Biggie type shit, but you know what I'm saying? Shit ain't work. And they felt like Lucky was the closest one to me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But they was trying to make it a conspiracy like that. You know what I'm saying? So they say Lucky the closest one to me. You know what I'm saying? So they start making up rumors about, you know what I'm saying, my little brother, but you know what I'm saying, they weren't true. You know what I'm saying? But they knew that people would believe those rumors, you know what I'm saying, since he's such a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And like he up under me and they know that he got so much to live up to. So that wasn't fair to that little man, you know what I mean? But that's what that was supposed to be, but you know what I'm saying, Lucky wasn't the man to do that shit, you know what I mean? Real shit.
So and you say that, you reconcile with King Kong, you know, I mean, I guess everything good between y'all.
Yeah, that, you know what I mean? Me and King Kong, we straight. You know what I mean? Ain't no reason to, you know what I'm saying, live in the past and shit. Bygones be bygones, my nigga. I got love for everybody at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good stuff, and you're in good health. Are there any ideas, or do you think that you might be, able to get back in the ring and go the way you did, or do you think that that's just gonna be completely it?
I think about it, dog. I think about it from time to time, but I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? It's just going, like I said, the opportunity gonna have to present itself. It's gonna have to be on some shit like, some shit that's meant to happen, a match made in heaven type shit. You know what I mean? But I ain't just finna come back and wrestle no motherfucking moonsault, man. Fuck that shit, dog. I squash that little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely ain't gonna do it at Mania. You know what I'm saying? XTV Mania mean a lot to me, dog. So if I'm gonna be at XTV Mania, I'm gonna be on a big ass, you know what I'm saying, in a big ass main event spot.
Well, I think I think that'll be a good main event. Or a good headline. The moonsault, man, his moveset is off the chain.
That nigga too plain for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? It could be bigger than that. I know he good, but he ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Cause a nigga, to me, a nigga that's that good, he good in the ring and he good on the stick. That nigga ain't good on the stick. You know what I'm saying? That nigga born to me. That's why another nigga had to take his outfit and put some shit on to make him actually look like a motherfucking star. You know what I'm saying? Change that shit. It ain't motherfucking 1990 no more, little nigga. Niggas don't wear that shit no more, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to help your little ass. Fuck, nigga.
Well, man, I guess that's all that I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Before we leave, I got one more question. Because you've had an illustrious career. I gotta know, out of every match that you've had, what is your favorite match?
My favorite match that I done been in. Shit, man, I done been in so many motherfucking matches. Hold on. I definitely, I mean, like, the match with ABW, dog, was crazy. Fucking choking, dog. Anyways, the match with ABW is crazy, dog. It's hard to do my voice. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? So them matches back in the days, you know what I'm saying? And then definitely my match with The Rock at that pay-per-view that I was telling you about. That's one of the craziest ones. And probably the cell match that I had with Sis.
So none of the matches here in XTV?
Right off the head, dog. That one not really standing out right now. I'm sure I had some great ones, dog, but you know what I'm saying? To me, my best shit is in the SIDE days. I'm like Ric Flair shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Well, yeah, you're definitely one of the greatest in my books, ladies and gentlemen. Big Ten Money, you asked for it. He is the man. And if y'all want him to come back, ask for it. Tell me, what other questions y'all want me to ask him. You know what I'm saying? But as for right now, man, I just appreciate this time that you gave me.
Hey, dog, the pleasure is all mine, dog. From one legend to another one. Wow.